Hi students, we have with us Dr. Diksha DS. She is a regular batch student from DAMS Mangalore, and she has scored rank 8 in this INICET 2021 in the July session. And so let us just have few words with her and see how she able to achieve all this through. Congratulations, Diksha, and yes, all our students are listening to you. And what is your first reaction out of the result? So that's the first thing I always keep asking everyone.
It feels surreal, sir. I just couldn't believe it. I asked my parents to check my roll number again. I wasn't sure if it was really my roll number, was it really my rank. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so actually, you should be right now on cloud nine basically. So you will be because somebody getting into a single digit rank is always like you end up cross checking twice, thrice, or even four times
And
as well.
yes, sir, I absolutely had no expectations. So it was a very pleasant surprise. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and just to follow up this, when did you join DAMS and how was your DAMS experience and the journey with the DAMS Institute at Mangalore?
Yes, so I finished my internship in Feb 2020, so I'm from 2014 batch. And so I joined the dance classes from March onwards. So we had two classes in the center. After that, because of COVID, there were only online classes. So I I had a lot of internet connection issues at home, so I could only join a few of the live classes. So it was actually good that I got the recorded version of classes so that I could watch them whenever I had my connection. So I used DAM's lectures more than anything else, like more than the tests or questions. I was happy with the lectures. So
Okay.
I made my own notes listening to the lectures. It was good that there were a lot of interactions, so we could solve our doubts right then and there because of the live classes. So yeah, and that was actually a good experience for me.
Okay, so did the DAMS classes meet your expectation and how did you make your notes? And so did you make any notes and how did you make your notes? Did the DAMS expect your, meet your expectations?
And so for the, especially for some subjects, I used only dance as my lecture source. So I mixed up a little bit of different sources for different subjects. But when it comes to a few subjects, like for example, medicine, I only use dance. And I made my notes as I was watching the video. So I used to make the notes first, and then I would read it later on when I had time. So my first priority was just to complete notes of all the 19 subjects. So that's what I kept doing. And once I was done with all my notes, I started reading them one by one. And I feel like because I made my own notes, I could remember a lot more. Like when I read it the first time, I felt like I was already reading it for the third time because I could actually remember writing these things, listening to the classes. So it actually helped me a lot that I made my own notes.
Yeah. So all students, whoever are listening here, please listen to her. Making your notes is the most important thing because when you are revising, you will always keep, things ringing in your ear. You will start hearing faculty's voices in your ears also many a times. Many students tell me that they start hearing voices of faculties even in exam as well. Did it happen to you as well? Any specific instance you have something like that?
No, I did not have such experiences because I just I was just focused on the questions. I did not really think about anything else or anybody else. I was just focused on marking the right answer. So my entire attention was only on the screen and absolutely nothing else. I did not think of anything else. I just
Yeah, so that's a great thing. And DAMS, as you already said, DAMS also, gave the live classes and also the recorded versions of the same classes last year. So how do you, the quality of the classes? How did you like the quality of the classes, or did they meet your expectations?
Yes, sir. Actually, I used dance for a lot of subjects actually, and I used only dance for some of these subjects. And I was really happy with those lectures. I did not. I felt like my concepts were so clear that I did not really want to look at another source at all after that. Like for example, hematopathology from your class, sir. That was one of my favorite lectures in dance, and I did not want to do any other source after that. I felt like hematopathology was piece of cake after your lectures. So, yeah.
In fact, there were, I think, 7, 8 questions were there from hematopathology in this
Yes,
ionization.
yes,
Yeah,
there
that's
were.
not all of them were from notes itself, actually, by the way. So, many students have told this, most of the things have come from notes that they have made in the class. So, for all of them, this is what is the most important thing that you need to do. Now, coming to DAMS, also we conducted we conducted a DVT, which was an integrated fashion. And how do you feel about that session? And did it help you in your preparation?
So I watched DVT when it was live, and I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was a wonderful way to revise all my notes and everything. Because back then, when DVT started, I actually hadn't read my notes. I had only finished making my notes. So when I watched the lectures, I felt like it was a wonderful way to revise everything. So that when I go back to my notes now, I wouldn't feel like things were new, even though I hadn't started reading my notes. So it was a very good way to actually refresh my memory. What did I write in my notes? Yeah, I really liked the DVT session a lot.
Yeah. So DAMS actually from your batch to this year, we have changed the way of delivering the content. This year we have started an integrated batch in which you will be having a surgery class followed by the corresponding anatomy, or medicine class followed by corresponding pathology and pharmacology. So how was your preparation, by the way? So did you have any similar set of preparation that you always read the basic sciences integrated with the subjects? Because many toppers tend to do that.
Sir, I I did not actually try to integrate subjects, but whenever I read something, I would remember what I read in the other subjects. So, for example, if I read medicine, I would actually come across something and I would remember that, oh my God, I have read this in physiology. So, if I couldn't recall that properly, I would immediately open my notes and try to read it right then and there. And if I felt like it was so important for me to understand this in medicine, I would actually write the same points again in my medicine notes, so that the next time I read it, I would have everything in one place. So I
Yeah,
used to do that a lot.
so that's what is what we got feedback from many students. So this year we have started integrating it ourselves, so that the students will end up having the same notes that you were taking so much of effort, and they will now be having right from the beginning to all medicine, pathology, physiology, pharmacology of those corresponding systems together. So that is what we are. Now let's come to your exam itself. So how many questions did you attempt the exam?
I attempted 190 questions.
Okay, so you attempted 190, and that's a good one. So all students who are listening, make sure you attend more number of questions. Do not leave the questions and come back, because leaving question means that means you are almost ruling out yourself out of the competition itself. So
Yes, sir, because it's not like I knew everything out of those 190 questions. Obviously, I was only sure of around 150, 160 questions. I had a lot of doubts in the rest of them, but I felt like this is a chance I should take. What if it is right? Because if you can rule out two options, then you have a 50% probability of being right in your guess. So I feel like it's always better to make educated guesses like that and go for it, rather than just leave a question unattempted.
yeah, so always I keep telling this also in my class, that if you have ruled out two options, that means you will be correct one in two. So if you are bad luck is too much also, still you will end up losing any marks. So basically, don't should not worry about negative if you have ruled out two options. I always keep telling this to students again and again, which has been now stressed by our topper as well. So make sure all students note down these points, that these small things will end up making the difference between your preparation and you just get into a rank or getting into a top rank. So that small differences have to be made, and you have to go a little bit extra long for that. So coming to how did you give tests? Were you regular on tests? What did you do? And DAMS has tests with video discussions also associated. How did you use it?
Uh, so I actually regret that I did not give tests too frequently. That is something I would have liked to change about my preparation. So I actually want to advise everybody to take frequent tests, because I was always afraid of the kind of score I would get or the kind of rank I might get. So towards the beginning of my preparation, I did not give any test at all. I only started giving tests after September, and I used to give it around once a month. And in December and January was a little more frequent with my tests. I gave once every 2 weeks, and I started reviewing them. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning where I would just write the test and I wouldn't review, and I knew that that was a big mistake on my part. So I corrected that later on. December, January, I started writing tests and I made sure that I reviewed everything. And whatever extra points I found, I made a separate book just for grant tests. So I would have all the extra points in just one place. I did not want to mix everything in my notes so that it would be a clutter and mess, and I wouldn't know where to read, what to read. So I made a separate book for tests and the questions that I found difficult. So yeah, I wrote at least one test every month after that. Like after January, I gave one test every month, and I made sure that I wrote the INICT mock test as well. Like whatever platform gave had those tests, I tried to give as many as possible.
Yeah, so I think for you it was a blessing in disguise, the postponement of exams, because since you are telling, and for all those students, everybody will not have such blessings every time. So make sure, don't make as she herself said that she could have changed herself, is giving tests more frequently. Make sure you end up giving those tests regularly, right from the beginning. Do not wait until the end, because you'll not be having much time after that.
And reviewing the test is just as important. So once you give the test, please make sure you review it that week itself. I know that reviewing all 200 questions at once might feel a bit too overwhelming. So try to break it down in parts and finish it by the end of the week, so that you give a test on Sunday and by next Saturday you should be done with reviewing that test.
Yeah,
Just break it
exactly.
down into
So
parts.
two important things you should take forward from here is, give your tests regularly and review them. That's the most important thing, so that you'll end up understanding your mistakes, where you're making, where you're going wrong, all those things, and which you can correct in time before exam. So now let
Because I
me.
have noticed that a lot of grantors have the same topics repeated. So if you actually don't review one test, it means that you're carrying over the same mistake in the next test. Most of the tests are actually revolving around the same high yield topics. They just frame different questions in the same topic. So it'll actually help you revise those topics very well if you keep reviewing those particular topics. And usually those are the ones that are actually asked in the exam.
So in fact, actually, it is not only the grand test. Most of the topics that are dealt in the grand test were in the exam as well. So if you are not reviewing, then that means you are just postponing what actually is going to come in exam as well. So how do you rate the test quality that DAMS gave you, and the experience that of course we couldn't have your actual exam experience last year, predominantly because of lockdown and all those things. We conducted a few of the CBTs in the center also. So how do you rate the quality of the questions that we have? What efforts the faculties are putting to make these quality questions.
I feel like the CBTs especially were really good because they were revolving only around the high yield topic. So you knew what you should concentrate on and what you can actually afford to skip. It's not possible to read everything out of 19 subjects. So you have to be smart in what you study and what you skip. So that is something that you can get only by giving tests and knowing what the topics, which topics are important. So CBT actually did that. CBT had a lot of high topics, and they also provided video solutions. So if you couldn't understand something just by the solutions given in the PDF, you can actually revisit those videos. They will not just explain that question or that the option. They'll tell you everything about the topic. They'll give you more details about the topic. They will tell you why option A is wrong or why option C is right. So those kind of things actually help you make have a better understanding about the topic, so that you can answer any kind of question revolving around that topic.
So, do you remember any specific instances which you heard in a video discussion of a paper? This is not the correct answer, and this is the correct answer, and actually it came in the exam as well. Any specific instance, if you can recollect anyone?
No, sir, not in particular, but mostly I think psychiatry psychiatry helped me a lot. And also I have watched your TNT discussion once, like your video recently. I had watched one just before INICT, and that kind of helped me a lot actually, because I feel like a lot of concepts that were missing were actually strengthened when I watched that video of yours. So I had watched the recent TNT discussion.
So again, to stress you, just stick to your notes, make your notes well. And yes, I think she told it already that she had take painstakingly. She took lots of time to make notes. She finished it by September. So, starting in March, by the way, and make sure you end up be attentive in the class, make notes for all students, keep giving tests so that, whatever small deficiencies you might be having will be corrected, right? So that's what you did, right? Yeah. So next, coming to what subject you want to take. So just we'll just have an idea of from what Diksha wants to be. 5 years from now and 10 years from now and all those things. So what subject you are interested in to pursue?
I'm interested in radiology and pathology, sir, but radiology more than pathology.
Okay, so that's good. Actually, both of them are diagnostic sciences, and the basic idea of both the subjects is that you will end up being in touch with almost all subjects, except for psychiatry. I guess for both radiologists and pathologists, we are not touching with psychiatry. That's the only subject which escapes from hands of radiologists and pathologists. So that is why many people would like to do these subjects. Yeah. So any take home message you want to give to students who are listening to you, your juniors? Yeah, and I think you did your undergraduation from Mysore Medical College, and
Yes, sir.
you are officially my junior. I also did from the same place, and probably you are getting into the same place where I went for my post graduation as well. So, are you interested any specific college you are looking for, or anything you are looking for?
So AIMS Delhi has been a dream for so many years.
Okay,
I want to make
so
that a reality now.
yeah, hope pray God that that becomes soon into a reality. So, what message you want to give to all your juniors who are listening to you on this platform, who are still very confused? Should I be doing joining classes, or they are still confused? Should I do my own notes, or should I take photocopied notes? There are many students who are confused about a lot of things. So, if you can tell what should be done, what should not be done in a quick gist, probably three or four do's and three or four don'ts for our students, it will be really helpful.
So first things first, I just want to tell people that it's okay if you were never a topper in UG. It doesn't matter if you were never a gold medalist. I never got distinction in any of my years during UG. So it doesn't matter, like, don't be so sad about your results from UG. Just make sure that you give it your all during your preparation year. And if you actually focus well on classes and make your own notes and solve your questions properly, then you can do it. If I could do it, you could do it as well. So just believe in your methods. And when it comes to making notes, I would say for me, writing notes helped a lot. But I don't know if it will work for everybody. If you think that handwritten notes would work for you, then please go do it. By all means. But just stick to something that actually works for you. Don't listen to different people saying that no, I made my own notes, no, I used handwritten notes. Don't think that just because something works for another person would work for you. Preparation here is all about trial and error. You have to see what works the best for you. You cannot just adopt everything that I say works for me, or something that rank one said worked for him. You have to see what works the best for you, and stick to something. Stick to one source. It doesn't matter which source you choose, or if you think that one topic is better in one source, just make sure you stick to one and read your notes properly. It doesn't matter if you just keep giving tests and tests. If you don't read your notes, there's actually no point giving only tests. So please make sure that you read your notes as well as do your tests. There has to be a balance between the two. And yeah, just believe in yourself. And when it comes to internship, I think doing internship is very important, because I feel like I learned a lot during my internship. It does not so if you want to study, please do it, but do not skip your posting just to study. Do both hand in hand. I didn't study during my internship, and I kind of regret it now. But like I also enjoyed my internship, so it doesn't matter to me at this point. Just make sure that you learn something during your internship, because it will actually help you a lot with practical experiences and answering questions based on clinical scenarios.
Okay, so just she has told all the important points. I'm sure all students are listening to this. Make sure you take these messages very in a positive manner and start building those dreams for yourself. So start dreaming big. Always start dreaming big. And again, as she said, she was never a distinction holder, and now look, she's standing right in a top 10 out of around say 50, 60, 70,000 students, whatever number of students have written the examination. So basically, so make sure believe yourself. That's the most important thing we always keep telling students. And yes, trial and error you have to do. Try to make your notes. It should work for most of the students. It works. If it doesn't work, then we at DAMS faculties will be helping you out around what should be done, what should not be done, and stick to one source. That's what she is telling. And yes, those students who are thinking of multiple sources, you will not be able to get through if you are reading multiple sources, for a simple reason, because revision becomes a difficult thing for you guys. So I think she has summed it beautifully here. We wish you all the best, and pray God that you end up getting your dream seat in AIMS New Delhi, and you carry the same thing from MMC to AIMS New Delhi, as I also did, by the way, long back by now. But yes, just wish you all the best, and be a very bright doctor, be a good human, and we just wish you the best from all the students and all the faculties of DAMS.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
So it was a pleasure talking to you, Dr. Diksha. And again, once more, a round of applause to you for getting such a good rank, and especially in this tiring year that we have been through. So it's really very grateful. It's very great to have such an achievement who is coming from Mangalore.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.